Hey there, John. It's been a while. How's everything going with your business?
Dave, great to see you, buddy. Things have been quite the roller coaster lately, but overall, I can't complain. How about you? How's your business holding up? What?
Oh, you know how it is, ups and downs. But we're hanging in there. What's been keeping you busy these days?
Well, we've been focusing a lot on expansion recently. We opened up a new branch last month, and it's been quite the adventure getting everything up and running smoothly. But I have to say, seeing our reach grow has been incredibly rewarding.
Wow, that sounds exciting. Expanding can be a real challenge, but it sounds like you're handling it like a pro. How's the new branch performing so far?
Surprisingly well, actually. We did our research and found a great location with a lot of potential customers nearby. It's been a lot of hard work, but seeing the positive feedback from the community makes it all worth it.
That's fantastic to hear. It's always encouraging when your efforts pay off. Speaking of which, have you been keeping an eye on the market trends? Any major shifts affecting your business?
Absolutely. Staying ahead of the curve is crucial, especially in our industry. We've been closely monitoring consumer behavior and adjusting our strategies accordingly. It's a constant learning process, but it keeps things interesting, you know?
Totally get it. Adaptability is key, especially in today's fast-paced world. Hey, speaking of which, have you explored any new marketing techniques or technologies lately?
Funny you should ask. We've actually been experimenting with some new digital marketing strategies. Social media advertising, influencer partnerships, you name it. It's been a bit of trial and error, but we're starting to see some promising results.
Nice. It's always exciting to embrace new avenues for reaching your audience. I might have to pick your brain on that sometime. Say, have you encountered any unexpected challenges along the way?
Oh, you know how it goes. There's always something cropping up when you least expect it. Recently, we've been dealing with some supply chain issues, which has been a bit of a headache. But we're working on finding alternative solutions and staying proactive.
Ah, the joys of supply chain management. It's enough to keep any business owner on their toes. Hang in there, though. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Hey, on a lighter note, any exciting plans for the future of your business?
Absolutely. We're always looking for ways to innovate and stay ahead of the curve. We've got some big ideas in the pipeline, including expanding our product line and enhancing our online presence. It's an exciting time to be in business, that's for sure.
Couldn't agree more. It's all about staying one step ahead and keeping that entrepreneurial spirit alive. Well, it sounds like you've got some exciting things on the horizon. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on your progress.
Thanks, Dave. It's always great catching up with you.
Likewise, John, let's make sure we don't let too much time pass before we do this again.
You too, Dave. Until next time.
John, Before we wrap up, can I ask you something a bit more personal? How's the financial side of your business been treating you lately? I mean, are you seeing the kind of returns you were hoping for?
Oh, sure thing, Dave. Well, you know how it is. Business can be a bit unpredictable at times. But overall, we've been holding steady. Revenue-wise, we've seen some decent growth over the past year, which is always a positive sign.
That's great to hear. Growth is definitely a good indicator of success. If you don't mind me asking, how's the profit margin looking? Are you managing to keep your expenses in check?
Yeah, managing expenses has been a bit of a balancing act, especially with all the expansion efforts we've been undertaking. But we've been diligent about budgeting and making strategic investments where needed. It's all about finding that sweet spot between growth and sustainability, you know?
Absolutely. Finding that balance is crucial. So, ballpark figure. How much are you pulling in these days, if you don't mind my asking? I'm just curious about the scale of your success.
Well, it varies from month to month, of course, but I'd say we're in a comfortable range. Enough to cover our operating costs, invest back into the business, and still see some profit at the end of the day. It's not a fortune by any means, but it's enough to keep the lights on and the wheels turning.
That sounds like a healthy position to be in. It's all about sustainability in the long run. I'm glad to hear things are going well for you on that front. Hey, if you ever need some tips on financial management or anything like that, don't hesitate to reach out. I've picked up a few tricks over the years.
Thanks, Dave. I appreciate that. And likewise, if you ever want to compare notes or bounce around some ideas on maximizing profits, I'm all ears. It's always good to have fellow entrepreneurs to lean on for advice.
Definitely. Well, John, it's been great catching up with you. Let's not leave it so long until the next time. All right?
Agreed, Dave. Take care, and best of luck with your business endeavors.
Before we part ways, John, I can't help but wonder, how have global issues been impacting your business? With everything going on in the world, it must be challenging to navigate.
Oh, absolutely, Dave. Global issues have definitely had their impact. The pandemic, for instance, threw us all for a loop. Supply chain disruptions, shifting consumer behavior, you name it. It forced us to adapt quickly and rethink our strategies.
Yeah, the pandemic has been a game changer for so many industries. It's impressive how resilient businesses like yours have been in the face of such challenges. Are there any other global issues you're keeping an eye on?
Climate change is another big one. It might not seem directly related to our day-to-day operations, but it affects everything from sourcing raw materials to shipping products. We've been exploring ways to minimize our environmental impact and promote sustainability within our supply chain.
That's forward thinking of you. Sustainability is becoming increasingly important in today's market. Have you encountered any regulatory hurdles or other obstacles related to environmental initiatives?
Surprisingly, not too many hurdles yet. but I wouldn't be surprised if regulations become stricter in the future. It's better to stay ahead of the curve and implement eco-friendly practices voluntarily rather than wait for mandates to force our hand.
Absolutely. Proactive measures are key. I've been reading about geopolitical tensions lately, trade wars, tariffs, you name it. Have you had any run-ins with those sorts of issues?
Thankfully, we haven't been directly affected by trade disputes or tariffs so far, but it's definitely something we're keeping an eye on. Any disruption to global trade can have ripple effects throughout the supply chain, so it pays to stay informed and prepared.
Wise words, John. It seems like there's never a shortage of challenges for businesses to navigate, whether they're local or global in nature. Well, John, it's been enlightening chatting with you. Let's make sure we keep the lines of communication open, especially in these uncertain times.
Absolutely, Dave. It's always good to have fellow entrepreneurs to lean on for support and insight. Take care, and let's catch up again soon.
You too, John. Until next time.